for another edition of Ask Ron this week, and we are coming to you live from Business Management Boot Camp in Jacksonville, Florida.
This is Lynette Wolf.
Oh, the Wolf couple.
The loudest half of the Wolf couple.
What?
This is her sign here. It says, "We buy houses."
That's right. Tell everybody you know what you do. It's amazing. Just let everybody in the whole wide world know what you do.
All right. Okay. First question comes from Michael Wilber from Florida.
Hey, Michael.
Ron, wouldn't you recommend having all land trust and an LLC individually set up for each property in addition to the trust?
Take title to the house and a land trust. Make the beneficial interest the LLC, so you can have multiple land trusts in one LLC, one tax return, one annual fee.
Is that your final answer?
But all eggs not in one basket.
That's important.
The only egg is in the basket is the one house that's in the land trust. One house, one trust. Land trust don't cost anything to set up. There's no EIN number. There's no tax return. There's no bank account. There's none of that stuff.
Okay, next is Ted Peterson from Tennessee.
Hey, Ted.
This is Ted recently moved to Tennessee, but buying a house subject to in Connecticut.
Okay.
Now that I live in Tennessee, what is the best way to do this? My Connecticut attorney said that I will need to register my Tennessee LLC as a foreign entity.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Where do you get this advice from? Take title to the house and the land trust and don't even tell your attorney. How about that one? You do not need to register squat. You can have a land trust in any state that owns a house. Then you can have the beneficial interest be whoever you want it to be.
All right, great. That was the second part. Could I just take title in a land trust?
Yes,
That's what you want
really
to do.
should use the warranty deed to trustee, not just a regular warranty deed. Take my warranty deed to trustee off the Gold Club site, run it by your attorney and make sure he doesn't have any issue with it. And if he does, tell him to fix it, not go to a regular deed. Because the warranty deed to the trustee is the one that sets up the trust and lets the world know there is a trust.
Okay. All right, next question's from Ann Nunez from California.
You're answering this one.
Oh, Marianne. Long time no talk.
Okay, Ron, you answered my question about either seller financing or subject to from seller and sublease to tenant buyer,
Right.
and what to say to seller to get a discount on the selling price when the tenant's ready to cash out early. But would I be able to do the same if I lease option from seller and sublease to tenant buyer and buyer is ready to cash out early?
Sandwich lease purchase.
Do you have any idea what she said?
I think what she's saying is instead of buying it with owner financing or subject to and exiting out lease purchase,
Can I
she's
do a
saying,
sandwich
can I do a sandwich lease?
And Mary Ann, you know darn well the answer is yes to that question. You know it is. You're just testing us, aren't you? Huh?
Exactly.
Do you talk to anybody else all week long, or you just wait to talk to us at the end of the week?
She's making up questions now because she has to ask one every week.
Right, you just have to be here every week.
That's
don't you?
right.
And you know darn well you can lease it and then sublease it. That ain't my favorite way to do it, but there are times when I'll make that choice. For example, let's say my closing costs are very high. Even if I can get the deed and I don't have any money in the house, I still got to pay closing costs. In some places, that's a lot of money. Some places it isn't. Where there's a lot of money, I might be tempted to lease option because there are no closing costs from the seller. However, the problem with that is now, when you get ready to close it, when you do a sandwich lease, you're almost going to have to get your seller to deed it to your buyer and then show your profit on that closing statement as a consulting fee or whatever your attorney says to report it as.
Yeah.
Certainly not a commission, unless you're licensed. And even then, if you do that, you're licensed to have your broker has to be involved in it. So you can't deed a house to a buyer that you don't own, and you don't own it because the seller hasn't deeded it to you yet. So that's the problem with the sandwich lease. Whereas if you go ahead and take title, no matter how you take title, subject to it with owner financing, now when you're ready to sell, you need to to your buyer. Okay?
Okay, next question is Tim Hiestand from Ohio.
Hi,
Hey,
Tim.
I know of a guy I used to work with and he's interested in selling me his house. I'm interested in buying the house, but I know in advance that this isn't a possibility. Is there a way I can buy it with nothing and make something off of it at the same time?
Can't answer your question, Tim, because you didn't give me enough information to make an intelligent decision. You haven't told me. Have you asked him about how much you take down and per month and what do you do terms? If the answer is no to that, and he still wants retail price, the answer is no. You're not gonna make any money off the house. It's a suspect, not a prospect. Whack it.
Whack it.
Oh. Okay, next question is from Deb from Arlington, Texas.
Hey, Deb.
I get the FSBO list and have put out ads in most of the ad sites you list in Quick Start and the boot camp books. And I have had no luck getting any calls. And we have called most of the list back and we've had no luck with getting a seller. What can we do? It's been 6 months.
Want to answer that?
Wow, so you're saying you turn on the Boat Club leads? They put in the 2 counties and turn on the Boat Club leads?
I'm
On
not
the
sure.
FSBOs? Is that what she's saying?
Is the problem she's not getting leads, or the problem she's not getting a hold of them, or is the problem she's not getting anybody to talk to her?
Yeah, she said that they've had no luck getting calls.
Getting
Getting
calls.
calls from sellers.
From
Ads and
sellers.
ad sites.
What
It
is that?
sounds to me like that they're putting out ads and then they can't get calls.
Well, okay, so I can't get calls, that don't mean, it's a difference. You get leads on your Gold Club site every day. Our VAs will find leads online for you. You can do the same. You can look around for FSBO signs and have the VA call them, or you can call them. You can hire FSBO agents to do the same thing for you, and then have the VA call them. All kinds of ways to get leads. But if you're just running ads and expect to get flooded with calls, that's not going to happen no matter what.
Okay, next is from Branson Stewart from Texas. I live in Texas and have located a property in Pennsylvania. The seller is asking $33,950 for it. The property is a multifamily, 2,000 square feet. Seller wants to wholesale and the estimated ARV is $76,000. Is it a good deal? And what contract would I need to obtain?
Purchase and sale agreement, and yes. Put it under contract with the asking price, and then you got all kinds of options. You can wholesale it out. You can close on it if you want, and then retail it out. If it is a multifamily, or you should easily be able to sell that to a landlord and probably get 50, 60 grand out of it.
Get it under contract.
Get on contract first.
Okay, guys, that's all we have.
All right.
All right.
See you guys next
Nice to
week, but
see ya.
before you go, do you realize that the Las Vegas Summit is only a month away?
Wow.
Look, I'm going to continue harassing you until you get in it, so you might as well go ahead and register. Then I'm still going to harass you. But at least you'll be harassed for a good reason. Get your butt to Las Vegas. We got so much going on out there. I got to tell you, we're going to so many deals going
Oh, my
on. We're
goodness,
going to
it's
slay them
crazy.
deals out there. And you know, on the last day, I'm going to spend doing skits on calling sellers, getting to the house, skits in the house, skits closing, all that is part of your last day. And we're going to clean up all the leads. We're going to spend 4 days calling your sellers and making you money. Do you really want to miss that? Really? What are you doing more important than that? Come on. Go down there and get registered for Vegas right now. By the way, I know they're getting scarce on rooms at the Green Valley Resort, and you most certainly want to stay at the Green Valley Resort, because that's where all the action is, and it's off the strip. So if you want to go to the strip, fine, but I got to tell you in advance, you're not going to have any time to do that. So if you want to go to the strip, come out earlier, stay late, because we have action-packed from beginning to end every single day. It's just non-stop training and networking. So go get registered. Don't miss this opportunity. Besides, it's Vegas. What happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas. That's a myth.